then what happens? He starts, no one's listening, no one's paying any attention. They think the guy's crazy. This guy must be crazy. And then what does he do? No one's listening, so he starts rolling on the ground, you know? And he's rolling on the ground, and and then finally, someone in the crowd, you know, becomes a little compassionate. This guy's really hurting himself, you know? Everyone's like, all right, Thakur, listen, I'll say it, Gauranga. And he said, as soon as he says Gauranga's name, he gets praying. He starts jumping up and down, you know. And this guy bumps into the guy next to him. And then this guy, by this guy's touch, he also turns mad and praying. And then and finally everyone starts going, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Isn't it? Shishir Ghosh describes like this also, you know. He compares their teaching with the teaching of the Goswamis. The Goswamis took all they were preaching to the Pandits, more or less. You know, they thought that these Purava Sanskrit scholars are our greatest enemies, so we have to defeat them. So they deciphered they took all the Vedas and all the Upanishads and all the Pramana that could come to establish Krishna's philosophy, you know, and to the smallest common denominator, everything. So shubko vichar kore. And they wrote books and books and books and books. But Nitai, what is he doing? He says, just worship Gauranga. Here he is. He's coming to take you to Golok Vrindavan. Just say the name of Gauranga. And then they're getting prem because of Nitai's influence. He's getting prem data Nitai bole Gaur Hari Hari Bol.
Prem data Nitai bole Gaur Hari Hari.
He's prem data. Prem means the one who's giving prem. Nitai, this is Nitai's Prachar Padati. And then Prachar Padati of the Goswamis is completely different. You know, Nitai is a madman. He's just saying Ha Gauranga, and getting everyone to say Gauranga. And then he's showing them, here's Gauranga. And Gauranga's Avirbhava will take place. And Nitai's dancing. Wherever Nitai dances, Mahaprabhu appears. And they say, here he is. Here he is. He's coming to take you to Golok Vrindavan. Come. You know, come and get it. And then people just immediately are swept up in a wave of praying. This is how he preached Nityananda.
And here he's preaching Vishnuprya.
Yeah.
Here's chanting. This was also from Haridas?
Yeah, this is all Haridas Goswami I'm following. After many days, Advaita Acharya and Prabhu Nitai Chand appear at Sachi's Angan. They haven't come together, neither did they plan to come. So, has Gaur Hari entered their hearts and inspired them to attend this Mahamahotsav? Every year on Gaur Purnima, the Bhaktas assemble at Sachi's Angan to celebrate. But this year, the festival becomes a spectacular event. Because Prabhu's Vigraha is eventing in Navadvip, many other wonderful things happen too. Nagar Sankirtan begins. Advaita and Nityananda lead a huge procession through the town. Around mid-morning, everyone reaches the Ganga shore. Advaita's shouting echoes like the thunder, and Nitai's frantic dancing shakes the earth. Millions of heads are proceeding along the Ganga's path. It looks like the Ganga and the Jamuna now flows side by side. The Jamuna is all these heads. You know? Yeah, the Ganga, next to the Ganga, the street. Around mid-afternoon, the Sankirtan returns to Sachi's Angan. Advaita becomes tear-struck as his kirtan describes Mother Sachi's excitement. Nagar Sankirtana Kori Gaura Elo Hare.
This is the kirtan.
Gaur Elo Hare Amar Nitai Elo Hare.
Gaur Elo Hare Amar Nitai Elo Hare.
Sankirtana Kori Gaur Elo Hare.
Nagar Sankirtana Kori Gaura Elo Hare.
Degiye Sachimata Gaura Nilokole.
Degiye Sachimata Gaura Nilokole.
Neter Achala Diye Dule Jare Dila.
Neter Achala Diye Dule Jare Dila.
Lakka lakka chumba dilo bodana kamale.
Lakha lakha chumba dilo bodana kamale.
Nagar Sankirtan kori Gaura elo ghare.
Nagar Sankirtan kori Gaura elo ghare.
Amar Nita elo ghare, Amar Gaura elo ghare.
Nita elo ghare, Amar Gaura elo ghare.
Degiye Sachi Mata Gaura kole kore.
Degiye Sachi Mata Gaura nilo kore.
Lakka lakka chumba dilo bodana kamale.
Lakha lakha chumba dilo bodana kamale.
Gaur is returning from his Nagar Sankirtan. My Gaur is coming home. My Nitai is coming home. Sati Mata runs to embrace Nimai. With her sari, she brushes the dust from his limbs and repeatedly kisses his lotus face. This famous kirtan part is sung today at the end of a Nagar Sankirtan.
Usually in the way that festivals go, there's a normal festival in Vaishnava Sampradaya is 3 days. You have the Adivas is the first day. That usually takes place in the evening. The guests all come, and they arrive and they're greeted, and then they sing kirtan together and they have their meal. That's the first day. Then everybody's there, so everybody's gathered there the night before. Then the next day, 24 hours. Usually it's going to last 24 hours from the next morning till the next day. And whatever it is, Nam Jagya is usually what it is, but it might be something else, but Nam Jagya is the usual thing.
Kirtan.
Kirtan, 24-hour kirtan. Then the next day, after the 24-hour kirtan is finished, then everyone gathers and they go out on Nagar Sankirtan. They're going to go through the town, they'll maybe do 2, 3, 4, 5 hours through the streets going through, stopping at different places, at temples or different houses in the city, throwing batase in the air, just distributing mercy through the town. Then when they come back, this is a regular feature, they'll come back, they'll sing this kirtan. There are still some people at the house, at the temple from where the procession went out. And so then they'll be greeted as though Mahaprabhu and Nitai and the Panchatattva are coming back. So there'll be like a greeting ceremony, and that consists of this kirtan. And then there are other things,
It's a real long kirtan. It's not just a few lines.
Yeah, this is.
It goes on and on, describing the scene.
But there's all these things are very nice because they're all like reenactment. It's all reenactment of Mahaprabhu's Leela.
That's why I like this culture so much. It's what he's done here. Western devotees have no taste of it, have never experienced these things.
Yeah, well, certainly they don't make that association. Like here, everything is meant to remind you of the Leela especially I had that realization when I went to do the Samaj Bari devotees. They really do this the more than anyone else. They're the ones who really have this consciousness down pat.
You should know the language.
Well, it's very difficult not to get. It's very difficult to emulate this in English.
No,
you have to. You can't.
Well, you have to be with a group of devotees who know how to do it. They're like the Samaj Bari is one, and they're
even amongst the. For instance, the Gaudiya Math doesn't do this way. Even this parikrama though was meant, the Navadvip Dham parikrama in a sense, was meant to kind of follow that same.
There was a Samaj Bari kirtan that I heard.
Yeah, I heard yesterday.
They were going and they're doing
Oh, this is their kind of thing.
Bhava Park, when they were crossing the river.
Yeah.
They were singing that, and then I heard they were going to Gaura Vishnuprya. In between.
Yeah. So that's good. Maybe they're doing it now too.
Yeah, I find that they're.
They were the ones who started the Puri. They reawakened all the traditions in Jagannath Puri, Gundicha Marjan, and everything. Gundicha Marjan had stopped. Now, when I was doing that book on Jagannath Puri, I wrote all this, and they didn't publish the book. They wouldn't publish the book because I wrote a whole chapter about the Samaj Bari, about Radha.
Who wouldn't publish the book?
I did. They asked me to do a book. Sundran and Vinod did a book called Sri Ketra.
Yeah.
And they wanted, and Puri Maharaj, Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, he wanted that translated into English.
Yeah, they never come to these festivals. When I went, the Gaudiya Math is on one side of the town. They have they're on Grand Road, the one with Bhaktisiddhanta's temple. Yeah. And then towards out in Chakratirtha Road, the Puri Maharaj's Math is out there and everything. But in Tota Gopinath this year, there's 3 bandars.
Mhm.
Huge festivals at Tota Gopinath. Oh, they're so wonderful. Wonderful festivals are going on there. With the whole Vaishnava Samaj, the Bairagi Vaishnava Samaj, that Murli Mohan that you saw,
Yeah.
he put on one. There was about 2,000 people who took prashad. First class prashad, not just, khichdi,
Mhm.
but with so many items. And then at the end, he gave chadars to all the Bairagi Vaishnavas. And in the crowd, the majority are Bairagi Vaishnavas.
Yeah.
The majority. And then there's Grihastas and
Well,
women
at Rath Yatra time, a lot of Bairagis come.
yeah, and there was kirtan going on there, really nice. They're dancing and we're really getting. They're rolling in the dust. Yeah, and crying and everything. It was a very nice kirtan. And then the next one is Bhagavat. Do you know Bhagavat Kishore? Rasaranjan Goswami's Nati. And Kuri Prabhu's Nati, Navadip Chandra Goswami. They put on a festival for the 100th Abhirabhav Tithi of Rasaranjan Goswami, and they had a huge bandar, and it was even bigger, and a wonderful kirtan, wonderful prashad. It was wonderful. The the Bagicha there, and the Tota Gopinath. It's a beautiful shady area, and it's beautiful. It was a beautiful park, picnic area, where the whole thing was going on, kirtan and the prashad distribution and everything. And then the next one, the next bandar was the one that goes on every year when Nityananda is celebrating the Samaj Party does.
There's a story in the Chaitanya Bhagavat that Nityananda Prabhu comes with very fine rice to give it to Gadadhar. So there's this whole description of how Gadadhar cooks this nice rice, and he has only vegetables he can find are the leaves of a tetul tree of a.
Not that in the shot from the Bhagavan.
And anyway,
and he offers it to Gopinath, and just when the bhog is after it's offered, Gauranga shows up, and he says, Gadadhar, this is Nityananda's Tandul and you're Ramna, and I have no share. There's no share for me. You didn't invite me. and they're both surprised, that Mahaprabhu is Antarjami. He knows what's going on. He's showed up to honor this prashad. He's come himself without an invitation.
So this is like so the Samaj Bari does this kirtan. Ramdas Babaji started that. And they do all the akhars and everything, and they milk it for everything they can get, for all the rust they can get.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's just like reenactment. An event. I was talking the other day about sacred time, sacred space. So when you have a sacred time, they really have this thing. At the sacred time, you should be in the sacred space. So like when they celebrate Mahaprabhu's visit to Vrindavan. They go to Vrindavan and they go to all the places that are the Leelas.
Look, there's a festival that this Omi Nimai.
Yeah.
It's
a temple in Vrindavan.
Yeah, this. You know how that Omi Nimai got there? There was this Madhusudan Sarvabhaum was one of the Radha Raman Gosais. He was a Vishnupriya Bhakta.
Oh yeah.
He wrote articles on Gaura Vishnuprya.
Okay.
And he was the one who wrote this article that I put in my my book, the Rasaraj Gauranga.
About all the puds and everything.
Yeah,
Bhakti
Vinod Thakur and Nadi Nagari Bhakti. He was the one that wrote that article.
Okay,
And he had a disciple here who had this murti in Bengal. And then that disciple died. But the disciple wrote in a letter that he wants this murti he wants to give this to his Gurudev, this Gauranga, this Omi and Imai. And you see, this Madhusudan was also a great friend of Shishi Kumar Ghosh. Because Shishi Kumar Ghosh worshipped Gaura Vishnuprya, and he also worshipped Gaura Vishnuprya. And if you go in the Nadia, in that temple, you'll see there's a portrait of Shishi Ghosh on the wall. And they also gave some money for the temple. But what happened is it was Ramdas Babaji who took this murti to Vrindavan. Ramdas Babaji, they booked him on the Tufan Express, and when they came to Tundla, They arrived in Tunla 4 days before the day when Mahaprabhu enters Vrindavan. So they waited in Tunla 4 days. And they had a festival there. And then they took this Omi and Nimai in a procession, with a Sankirtan procession. Just as Mahaprabhu enters Vrindavan, they entered Vrindavan with Mahaprabhu, you know, in this bhav. And here's Mahaprabhu entering Vrindavan. And the first, they didn't have a place to install the murti. So, you know, just outside of Radharaman's mandir, there's a Ras Mancha.
Yeah.
They installed it there.
Okay.
That's the first place it was. And then after that, where's a place for this murti? Where's a place? And then it was in Sahaji's mandir after that for a few days. In the back.
Yeah, yeah.
In the back.
Yeah.
They had a murti there. And finally, they got some money together, some people from the Bhag Bazar Patrika, the Amrita Bazar Patrika, gave money, and some other people gave money, and they built the Omi and Nimai temple. And so the Radharaman Sevites and the Samajvari combined.
Yeah, interesting combination.
Yeah, every year to host the Smoke Mahotsav when Mahaprabhu enters.
Okay.
Actually,
you know,
it's the day of the Ras Purnima, or the day before, or something like that. And then they have a 3-day festival with Dulot, Kirtan, and everything. And it's a great event. And I was just, I didn't know about it in this year, and I went there, and you see Padmanabh Goswami and Padmalochan Goswami are friends of mine, because I stay with them every time I go there, in their guest house. And I like to talk with them and exchange ideas. And because this Madhusudan Sarvabhauma is their great-great-grandfather, you know, I also I wanted to find out about him, you know. And they gave me this article about him and about how this murti was established there. That's how I know all about this. And every year, and then gave me an invitation to attend the festival, but my train ticket was the day before the festival. So the Samaj Bari goes there every year and does this festival in that temple.
I'd like to use, I think everybody should spend 1 year following the Samaj Bari around.
Yeah.
You know,
well, learn Bengali first.
Yeah, of course. Bengali. That's how you learn Bengali, by learning all that kirtan.
Yeah, look, when Mahaprabhu was, when the Gaudiya Bhaktas go to see Mahaprabhu in Puri, they first go to Narendra Sarovar, and then they, there's the Uriya Gaudiya Milan, the first kirtan at the Singha Jwar. It's a kirtan where the Mahaprabhu is coming with Swarup Damodar, and here come all the Gaudiya Bhaktas, and right in front of the Singha Jwar they're meeting, you know. And then the kirtan is going.
All the disciples of Vakreshwar Pandit, the descendants who are in the Gambhira now at Radhakanta Math, they all assemble. They have a big, and all their disciples and everybody, they all gather. And they do kirtan from the Gambhira to the
Uriya Gaudiya Milan, they're meeting, you know, the Mahaprabhu is meeting, there's a kirtan about this, you know. And then the next day, the Raghavari Jali Samarpan.
That's a great one, I love that.
Yeah, in Gambhira, when Raghav Pandit is bringing the Raghavari Jali and he's offering it to Mahaprabhu in Gambhira, then all the ladies, you know, even now in many Puri Vasis, ladies of Puri also bring things on that day, you know. So many things they're carrying on their head, you know.
And what they do is they have, what I liked about it also is they try to make sure they have one representative of each, you know, like of each of the Bengali descendants of the original Parikars, that one descendant should come with something, so that just like all the people came from Bengal, they came to see Mahaprabhu in the Gambhira, so they brought gifts for Mahaprabhu. So it's not just Raghavar's Joli, that's the main item, but then there's other people coming with stuff as well. So even the, you know, like Parameshwari Thakur was, you know, and they had other people that I knew.
Kandavasi, no.
Yeah, Kandavasis, you know, people
Banku
from
stays there every year.
Kuling.
Banku Goswami.
Yeah.
He's
Some people are regular, they love it because they just...
They stay in the Judge Pita Math.
Yeah.
Or Haridas Thakur Samadhi, those two places. You know. And then after that, then the next one, then the Gundicha Marchanam. They go there and they clean the temple, you know, there's a kirtan about that pastime.
They sing basically from Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Leela directly from Chaitanya Charitamrita. But what they do is they don't just, you know, read it through, but because they have the way of commenting on it by singing these akhars. So, you know, they try to, like I said, they try to milk it for the rasa, you know, they'll sing a particular line. And then that will be, you know, then Ramdas Babaji would go into samadhi, you know, and he would start developing on that, but not just developing on it descriptively, like, not somebody who's just making a siddhanta. So here you see that you have to clean the heart, and like that, but actually saying, Amar hridoy poriskar koro, whatever, Mama hridoy shuddha koro.
I was because we can't enter Gundicha.
Yeah, we can't.
That's the best festival.
That must be the best.
That's the best one.
I was at the prasad. I took prasad outside.
Bala Gandhi.
Anyway, let's go on.